We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the twin flame collective, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. And we are doing Mercury retrograde in Pisces, and I love this for us. And we have certain themes that I'm going to try to fit in this video that are coming up during this Mercury retrograde in Pisces. But this one is heavy on soul contracts. This means several things for all different types of connections. Of course, we're going to focus on the twin flame connection, but this actually is huge for twin flames and twin flame healing too. So you might be having old stuff coming up. In fact, oftentimes most separations are actually caused by old trauma, imprints, cords, attachments, and things kind of going on the energy level as well too. So this retrograde is going to be highlighting many different themes. This is a reading for everyone on the journey, no matter where you are. But if you're in separation, this is going to be really, really heavy, and you're going to be feeling what you need to heal specifically. Now, Mercury retrograde is amazing for bringing reunions back. However, if you haven't done the healing, you're going to get the same results. That's why twin flame is really, really a gift in disguise. It's meant to help you with what you still need to heal or work on or work through. And so certain things are triggered for a reason in twin flame separation. In unions, this is huge on activating your, we'll say, higher mission and reason for actually coming together. Different twin flames have different reasons for coming together. Everyone's different. I always remind you of that. But it's all about soul mission and what you came here to Earth to accomplish together. So we're going to go ahead and do our usual reading for the divine feminine and the divine masculine side separately. We'll start with the divine feminine. Please only take what resonates for your specific situation. This is a general reading. If it resonates, it is for you. That's why I encourage you to do the one-on-one phone call sessions with me through my website. I do twin flame readings, coaching, and I am an energy healer. I have tons of amazing healings, clearings, and activations to help you with your spiritual awakening and twin flame journey. So we're going back in time. I love it. Mercury retrograde is literally like a time machine. Literally, it takes us back into the past. It's literally like Back to the Future. Depends on where you're going to go. Remember, Mercury also governs or rules the mind and soul-to-soul communications. So you're going to be picking up on more from your twin flame. Doesn't matter if you're together or apart. You're going to be getting a lot of soul-level communication and messages with this one. Like I said, it's amazing for if you're in separation, bringing your twin flame back into reunion, but it's always up to actually doing the real work. There are no shortcuts. Okay, so divine feminine, let's see what is going on. I have lots of retrograde. I have a couple of retrograde healings too if you need them on my website. My site is very up to date all the time. Okay, so first off, and I'm looking at these, we got a lot going on already just in these cards. I love these cards. I had them out last read. Okay, pictures. Your twin flame might be looking at pictures of you. They're missing you. They're feeling lonely. This won't resonate with everyone, but for some, they're using substances to cope with the twin flames dynamic or energies or healing that it brings to the surface. And that's huge too. Or it might be highlighting those type of issues if they already have issues kind of going on. This could be alcohol, drugs, substance abuse, whatever it is, or even just avoidance tendencies. Some of them, how they deal with emotions, energy, and even for some, the twin flame separation, if you're in it. Not everyone is. Okay, so we have these kind of themes coming up. A lot of times the divine feminine thinks that they're just going through this, and the divine masculine doesn't care, especially if divine masculine has kicked off a runner chaser cycle. It's actually the chaser, the feminine, that kicks that off, but we won't get into that chat. So oftentimes it is the runner, the divine masculine, that goes runner or pulls back or withdraws. This is an important part of the soul contract that plays out between twin flames though. They care just as much. They feel every emotion that you feel. They have to process just as much, and just as much awareness that comes out of this too. Sometimes divine feminine doesn't always understand that. They can get lost in, projection and things like that too. Now, that's exactly what Pisces energies is amazing for, helping us to cut through and clear projections and, negative thoughts and things like that too. Is very much a part of twin flame journey. Okay, this isn't for everyone, but for the people that it is for, I'm going to put these messages out there. Spiritual attack. This is karmic triggers, spiritual awakening, shadow work, and divine protection. And this is huge too. Now, not for everyone, but some of you guys have had major interference on the twin flame journey. This can look like people, I always say third party, people that come and get in the way of your connection. And oftentimes it's really the universe in disguise when you're not ready that may instigate different things like separation or whatever it is, okay? So for some of you guys, you might feel like you're dealing with a lot of outside interference or energies, or that you have. That is a theme for your twin flame situation. It kind of depends on what. However, this is to help you, no matter what your situation, with healing different karmic wounds, karmic triggers, help you with your awakening, with doing more shadow work in these type of situations. That's what I see big time. They trigger many shadow, whether it's hidden emotions or insecurities, things you need to work on. It really does trigger that for all twin flames, regardless of the situation that is activating that. Certain energies are being activated that you need to heal within yourself. And so it just kind of depends on what that is, though. Remember that this is part of your spiritual awakening journey. That twin flame is a catalyst for your awakening. It's the same work that you do with ascension, but a lot of you guys are not doing the work on a high enough level. And your twin flame is here to help motivate you or to do that work with you. They're doing that work with you. I want to remind you of that too. They're here to do this with you. And oftentimes you guys are working on the same baggage, different sides or aspects or views of the same journey. Just remember that. Okay, you're in alignment with your twin flame, and you always are. Even if you feel like you're out of alignment, you're always vibrating in sync. This is important. You are an energy match for this person. You're always on the same page and you're always flowing together. It doesn't even matter if there's distance involved or if you're apart, you're always vibrating with them. There's actually a powerful mirroring, we'll say, connection between you both. So they're always going to mirror work that you've done, inner work that you've done. Like if you're in a negative energy and you shift out of that and you clear that energy, they're going to show you that. I describe twin flame as a reflection of your inner state, as all of reality is, but especially this type of connection. They will mirror to you things that you need to work on, need to work through, things that are coming up. They're going to mirror your thoughts and other things like that too. So they're here to help you with doing the inner work to shift into a more positive inner state and things like that too. They also help you to clear a lot of energy fast by triggering it to the surface, but it's, of course, it's up to you to clear and deal with that energy. So I have a lot of twin flames. They describe it as, this was amazing in the beginning. It's a love bubble, right? This is amazing. But then, then we went into this state and, trying to get back into that state, or it's brought up a lot and, they're feeling it still. The goal is to clear out the negative energies that it triggers to the surface. These are suppressed energies. And then when you do, you begin to raise your vibrational frequency up. This is why it's very important, no matter what your situation, for twin flames to be working on their own inner harmony and inner alignment. Okay, this is a powerful soul contract, but you already know that. It's actually the most powerful kind that we can have. This is meant to lead you into spiritual union. This is also a deep karmic agreement. Now, these themes are being highlighted with Mercury retrograde too. I put out a really amazing article this morning talking about soul contracts. If you guys need to find it, you can find it on my website, of course. So that's like a huge theme of this. So it is highlighting your soul contract and everything that was agreed upon within this contract, or agreed to be worked upon within this contract. And it is through working through the soul lessons that this contract brings, and the deeper soul agreement, we'll say layers, that you actually shift into spiritual union. You're actually meant to shift into union with this person, but it's going to take, of course, balancing the energies. I call it neutralizing any negative energies as well too. Okay, so there's stuff that's coming up from this connection. Like there might be a lot of, this is like my Scorpio energy card. There's a lot of deeper undertones to this connection. This might have brought up unpleasant truths or unavoided aspects, things that you needed to heal. Like this is like a really deep layer kind of card for this connection. This has stirred up a lot of things. For some, it's even stirred up hidden betrayal we'll say wounds, things that needed to be seen, things that needed to be revealed, karmic undertones, these kind of things have come up from this connection, and we'll get more clarity on what's going on with that too. Okay, we have stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring romance into your life. It's so important that we're staying positive. Literally, your thoughts create your reality, and they literally are a magnet for the outcomes that you will experience. So it's really, really important, especially with Twin Flame, that you see the power of the mind and the power of your thoughts. Mercury retrograde is here to help us with that and to help us clear out negative thoughts, beliefs, and distortions too. So when we go into that, Mercury retrograde is actually an optical illusion, but it does have that, we'll say backspin, right? Okay, so when it's doing its backspin, but that's another chat, it is meant to take us backwards and to help us to, process energies that need to be healed. And this is huge for the awakening, our ascension, and even our twin flame journey. So it's bringing up old stuff, especially old agreements, soul contracts, karmic cycles, things that we need to kind of process. Despite that, just know that when you are feeling really, really good and in alignment with yourself, this is going to be very magnetizing or magnetic to your twin flame. Okay, coming into balance. There needs to be a healthy balance of physical, emotional, and spiritual intimacy for a relationship to be sustainable. And we're talking a lot about that. And also karmic balance. And so oftentimes your twin flame may play out something karmic within the agreement that needs to be healed, looked at, or balanced. I always love people that think that they can just keep going with all their toxic traits. Not saying that's you, and take it into the twin flame journey. It's going to be triggered big time. So your twin flame is going to show you traits and patterns about yourself that you still need to kind of work on or work through or heal. So this is going to require you to get really, really honest with yourself and your twin flame. Heart-to-heart conversations are necessary. It's safe for you to talk about your feelings. And I think this is important too, because they are going to mirror how open or how not open you're willing to get. Okay, time to open your eyes to the situation. And I love this because I did a session last night and they were referring to, having their eyes open when we were talking about third eye for a while, right? Okay, you're being guided to really, really open your eyes and even your spiritual eye to this situation so you can see things on a deeper level. This will help you with navigating the situation. Okay. This work is meant to actually help you to up-level your life in many different areas. For those that are doing the work, you're noticing the positive shifts and the higher levels that are opening up to you. There's just so much available to us during this time on planet Earth, like higher realities and manifestation and abundance and all of the things that we're trying to accomplish. So once again, we have a lot of messages about cleansing and shielding your energy. Protect yourself right now. Huge coming up for this reading. These are very short readings I'm doing today, but powerful. You might have people that have been interfering with your union. We see this a lot. I'm just going to put it out there. There are people that have not reached this level of awakening or the spiritual journey. There's a lot of people that are on planet Earth in karmic relationships still navigating these. There's a lot of single people that have a lot of wounds that are keeping them that way. There's just, all sorts of categories of people in their relationships. We are a planet that learns through relationships. So when you're going through the twin flame experience, sometimes people either mean well and they're trying to help you from their level, or they don't mean well and they're acting like they mean well, right? Yes. There are a lot of beings that love to interfere with our lives, okay, and things like that too. So it's very important, and I kept saying this the past couple of days, that you're following your inner guidance, and not just that you're following your inner guidance, that you're doing the clearing work to clear out your energy system so that your guidance can be crystal clear. like it is clear. You're following it, not just for twin flame, but for everything, and it's going to help you so much. Now, what throws off our inner guidance is negative energies, other people outside of us, this projections that we're listening to and things like that, or things that get in the way. So sometimes it's actually external interference and relying too heavily on that. And we need to filter everything we receive through our intuition, but sometimes it's our own negative thoughts and energies that are surfacing that can cloud or get in the way of our intuition. So it's really, really important that we are clearing any energy that's triggered from twin flame. And even in union, for you can be in union forever, you're going to still go through these layers. So for those in separation, it's helping you to clear out layers so that you get good at the process solo. I feel that sometimes in those spaces of separation, you need to be by yourself, away from other people's, I say realities, right? Other people's worlds they have going on, so that you can work on building your own and anchoring into your own energy body. So every stage serves an important purpose, even separation, as to healing any issues that may have led to the separation, but also getting anchored into your own frequency and your own energy and things like that too. You're being guided to really take care of your energy and to cleanse and shield your energy right now. Okay, so we have we have a lot of upgrades, and I don't want to get too into this chat, but we're literally 48 hours away from March, and we're already feeling, and we're going to be feeling heavily, like even starting March 1st, the energies of the equinox. It's one of my favorite times a year and favorite months. I really resonate with those energies and work with those energies. However, for some, March is going to bring some very intense energies and intense energy upgrades, and we need to be able to hold it on a physical and a spiritual and an energetic level. And so if we can, it can be very, very intense for the physical body and also our energy body. The more that we can hold this light and integrate this light, we're going to be doing better in these higher frequency energies. We also receive a lot of galactic energies and have been, and this is different coming out of the 3D than what we might be used to here on planet Earth. And we're feeling that, we're seeing it, and we're going to be going through a lot of changes. This is another reason it's very important that you're listening to your inner guidance. That is really, really helping you. For those of you guys that are listening to your inner guidance and intuition, and that you're doing the work, and this is important, you have to do the work, okay? And for those that are doing the work, you're not only going to catch up with where you want to be very fast, like with whether it's like, you know, you feel a little like behind or you're not where you want to be quite with your manifestations, you're going to have a very fast catch up very rapidly and like get to where you want to be. So it's very important that you are allowing these energies, these universal energies and source to guide you, but also that you're doing the energy work to continue to raise your vibrational frequency. It's so important, especially as we talked about, twin flame can trigger a lot of negative and lower energies that we have to learn how to clear and kind of move through so that we can unblock ourselves. So we have a lot kind of happening. March is going to be a very intense energy month, but there's a lot of flames that are coming together and are going to be coming together, especially within the next couple of months and this year in general, okay? It kind of depends on what's going on though. We have the flow of abundance. Make sure that you're staying open to receiving for the divine feminine. And we'll say really, really healing any money blocks, any negative thoughts around money, anything kind of blocking you. I see a lot of divine feminines that are keep on talking about rebuilding your life and kind of healing different wounds and a lot of ancestral things that are coming up to heal for the divine feminine too. As you're healing these ancestral wounds, is opening you up to ancestral knowledge and integrating that and things like that too. So this is a little bit of like trauma blocks our money and how we flow and our energy. We know that as you are willing to go in and heal your trauma, and I mean really heal it, and to unblock your energy system, amazing things are opening up. So we have a lot of different kind of cards here. We have the 5 of Wands, which indicates some type of inner resistance. Okay, this is like still inner turmoil, not fully balanced as you should be. For some, it's negative thoughts, mental conflict and ego. Maybe, you know, for some, it could be as dramatic as dismissing the connection or not doing the work required. And I was going to say, like, and I'm going to put this on this video, like if I was going to manifest, and I'm always using this as a bad example because I don't really want a car, but if I was going to manifest my dream car, So we have different layers of manifesting. This is the object. I want to manifest a dream car. If I literally just sit there and this is an expensive car and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do no work and I'm just going to sit there and expect this car to just drive into my driveway and I'm going to receive, this expensive car one day, it's not going to happen. Twin flame is no different than anything else that you would manifest. Yes, we manifest everything into our life. And when it comes to our love life, we've been manifesting a lot out of 3D victim consciousness that we don't actually want. I keep seeing these stories and they're terrible. We've all been there. I'm not judging. I'm just putting it out there so we can learn. These stories that are terrible, starring you as the victim and your love life going terrible. These stories, they weren't meant to. It's actually some of our deeper beliefs and things we're telling ourselves, and everything external is always responding to the inner state and what we're telling ourselves and literally playing out. So this is why it's so important that we're healing ourselves. The thoughts and narratives that we're telling ourselves, our belief system, and even deeper programming, so that we can get where we want to be on the twin flame journey. And your twin flame is actually meant to motivate you to do the work required to get to union. So it's important that you're consciously doing this work. It's also what I help you guys with through this process and things like that. So, and I'm going to just say it, this is like fighting your own demons card. Okay? It's the energies that are coming up, the thoughts, right? And I don't want to go into that, but actual attachments and what they feed on, fear, guilt, shame, and the lower emotions and things like that. So as you heal and remove or release, get rid of these things, the cycles kind of start. So for some, this might be healing any energy attachments still active in your field, or things kind of going on a deeper spiritual level. You're struggling with the process. That's what's important. You might be in union or wanting union, and your beliefs are what you're telling yourself. What you're telling yourself might not be aligned with what you want to experience. Ultimately, this is for everyone, okay? So we have the Six of Cups, and this is my past life card. I love this too, because there's a lot of past life undertones, especially with twin flames and things like this too. But there's also childhood issues that you brought into this lifetime from past lifetimes that you're working on. It's really healing those issues. Some of you guys are going to be having things come up from your childhood or from your past right now with retrograde. It could be old relationships, things that you've already been through. It isn't to reconnect with your toxic past. It's or karmic partners. It's to process these things from this level of awareness. You're going to continue to process things that you've already been through across the course of your lifetime. So if you're suddenly having people from your past pop into your mind, might not be to reconnect. It might be to process something. And this is a twin flame card too. For some, this is going to lead to reunion, this retrograde. It kind of depends on where you're at, because it is powerful for bringing back things that you need to process or reflect on within your twin flame connection. So if you are replaying old conversations, scenarios, things that happened, that's exactly what's meant to happen in separation, so that you can learn from whatever's happened in your past with your twin flame, okay? So huge reunion porthole, but it does require the same doing the work, or you continue to get the same results, right? Or go through the same cycles in your life. And in order to get out of certain cycles, we have to be able to see them and we have to be able to heal them. Okay, because we have the Ten of Swords, you've been through something kind of bad, probably with your twin flame. Some it's betrayal. We mentioned that word earlier. Some it's just, and I love it, it's my wounds. It's wounds of the past, things that you've been through. For some, it can be with the twin flame, or for some, they just triggered a lot of unhealed trauma and old wounds that, you might have known you had them, but they might have got very intense with this connection. Okay, they can only activate what's already in our energy field, but sometimes we don't like to acknowledge that. We like to project all that pain and wounds that come up on the twin flame. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't connected to it, but they activate what's in our energy field. They can only play out and recreate wounds that were already there. So for some, this person might have kind of come in and activated a lot of healing for you. Usually it does put you in like a lot of healing fast, some of these connections and relationships, but this is a very intense kind. So this is like healing old wounds for this person, but you've been through the worst of it. I know, right? You already have, literally, but it's continuing to heal for this person. And we talked about a lot of what you're healing specifically in this reading. So it's like inner child for this person. Okay, so we're going to do a reading for the Divine Masculine. I'm just kind of doing some quick reads, but I wanted to say hi to you guys and see what is going on. Okay, so Divine Masculine, we have your twin flame, Divine Feminine, might need to come clean about something. It might just be like them needing to open up or get more truthful about their side of the experience or what they're going through. They might be I don't want to say, opening up with more raw emotions in the connection and things like that. For some, it might be like some level of secrecy or something that's happened that you need to know about and things being revealed and like that layer of deep. And for some, it's not. It's just they need to open up. Like, is this person a closed book? Or like, you've been trying. They're very surface level, maybe. They might have attachment issues or avoidance tendencies, and like they have a problem with, I call it intimacy, getting deep on that intimate level. Maybe a lot of people like to avoid that. They are used to, different types of connections that help them to avoid that. It just kind of depends. This card is screaming dismissive avoidant, okay? I'm kind of trying to dance around it. You guys know I'm super nice about this stuff, right? Okay, this card is screaming avoidance, but even deep dismissive avoidant and things like that, okay? Okay, so maybe it's taking you a little while to get this person to open up. It just kind of depends. Okay, so, and this isn't for everyone, only my twin flames in separation. This is like real reunion. This is like, okay, you're either in a reunion cycle, and I just call reunion cycle, it's literally where they come back, they reach out. That's the starting phases, okay, with communication. And for some, you're already in that reunion cycle. For some, you're getting ready to enter into it. And it's important that you've worked out these issues within yourself, so you're not trying to work them out with the twin flame oftentimes. But this is like them coming back, and it's not a temporary cycle. They're coming back in for good, like for union, okay? Some of you guys have been working out the same cycles, and it's for healing. There's been a lot of the same issues that have come up over and over, and you're not understanding it. It might have deeper karmic cycles, but this is not a karmic connection. This is your twin flame. And so they're coming in and they're staying. Like, this is for good, okay? This is twin flames reconnecting or connecting. And I mean for good this time, that you guys have done enough work to be able to balance this, so the same issues don't keep happening. This is like a big theme that we're talking about with twin flame right now. So this is a love that lasts. It's timeless, it's real, it's deep, and deep affection too. This is going to take you deeper than your other connections, and this is a good thing. I feel we have to get to a level of spiritual maturity to be able to like handle this and integrate it and even balance it and to hold it. And so what I see a lot of people have problems, it's similar to money problems, where a lot of people can attract, some type of windfall or money and they can't hold on to it. And it's like that with this relationship, that a lot of you guys have called it in, okay? You've met your twin flame, you have called it in, okay? Yes. Okay, maybe with the universe's help, it could have been perfect divine timing. Some of you guys have consciously called this person in. That's how it was for me. like manifested them. So, and you could get sick of the karmics and things like that, or you could have been ready. You've called this person in. But the thing is that if you're in separation, you could not hold this frequency. And it is very intense, okay? Because I work with lots of different energies, right? Twin flame being one of them. And so we have different energies that we navigate. We have to be able to actually hold union and to sustain it, and it's on a higher frequency. It's this twin flame energy running through us. Many of you guys are dealing with it in separation, and in separation apart, it's creating a lot of things coming up. And so there's still cleansing and healing that needs to happen. And you'll know, because you'll begin to feel the healing, and you won't have as much stuff coming up, and you'll be good, and you'll be okay by yourself. You have to not only be okay by yourself with this energy, you have to balance this with another person. And so this is the problem, is that a lot of people are not on that high enough frequency, or haven't done enough energy work, right? We talked about it with our energy body, to be able to hold on to this. So there's a lot of these themes coming up that for you guys that are in separation, or you're in union but can't be around them all the time, right? Or small doses, or you keep on going into union, and it's like you keep on going into these little cycles. Energy work to be able to hold this. Okay, so we have looking within, and we have inner knowledge, self-awareness, and honesty. This, for this divine masculine, this has been waking you up. You've been doing lots of inner work, and you've been looking deep within yourself for answers, which is right where you need to be. You might even be liking those spaces where you get time to reflect, because we do a lot of reflecting with Twin Flame, literally. And even separation, when you first go into separation, that is a reflection time. So, and even together, so these spaces of reflection, this is screaming for my flames in union, that, you know, you're getting such knowledge and information and breadcrumbs, right? But you're activating past life knowledge and awareness, and, you know, encoding yourself with it, and it is a powerful place to be. So you're doing a lot of, you know, going within, which is right what you need to do. Okay, some of you guys, this is right place, right time, and this is alignment, divine timing, and meant to be. This is my spiritual union card, and I love it. Beautiful cards. I love that deck for whatever reason. Sometimes I'm a little get sick of them, right? I haven't gotten sick of that deck. This is a connection that is meant to be. This is meant to be your spiritual union. You can meet this person at any point in your life path, but it's all about that union and coming into alignment with the union. Not just this person, but with spiritual union. Some of you guys are in alignment with it. You're in divine union, and these connections are very powerful for healing the planet, these twin flame missions that are coming together. Okay, for this divine masculine, love your shadow, accept and work with the flaws in yourself so you can learn to accept others as they are. And I love this. This is shadow work coming up big time. And sometimes shadow isn't the boogeyman and the spooky monsters that come out. Oh my God, it's literally this retrograde energy, right? And where it's going to take you, and what's still popping back up because it's active in your field, and you think you process it. It was like a relationship from 1812, and trust me, you're done with that. And it's coming up. Okay, it's literally the little pieces of your past that you need to process, and you need to heal and go deeper into, and you can't help what pops up, right? What comes into our consciousness or awareness. And so it's also, you know, past stuff that's going to be coming up this retrograde that you might be dealing with, themes that are coming up within your twin flame journey, because you wouldn't deal with it, but it's being mirrored back to you in your twin flame situation. So things that are coming up in your twin flame situation, it's also things that you need to work on within yourself, and that how you need to accept yourself more. This is huge too, because we go through all different layers of this, right? And so it's like, okay, needing to better integrate something energetically within yourself. And we'll get more on this because we got more cards. Okay, pay attention to the synchronicities. Pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities, and the guidance from the divine. And I love that for us. And really paying attention to these things. And it's just a beautiful part of awakening and the twin flame journey. You're going to be getting little signs, synchronicities, messages, and all different types of ways. Especially, this isn't for everyone, because this is like a union message I'm definitely putting out. However, those of you guys in separation, you learn that. You are sent so many signs, messages. You're always getting updates. I have never met a twin flame couple that wasn't getting updates on where their twin flame was at, even apart, okay? You're getting messages in many different ways. Pay attention to the signs. Especially, like I said, in union, you're getting a lot of beautiful synchronicity. Okay, beware of codependency. Okay, for some, this is addictive behaviors that are affecting your love life. And I love the people that are like, I don't have any addictions. And I'm like, love addiction. Like, okay. For this person, you have a history of love addiction and bad relationships with bad patterns that you may have enabled or played a part in. Because I know we're like, that guy over there, sorry, I was reading for masculine, that chick over there, that one. It takes two to tango, okay? You're healing some type of codependency. Okay, codependency, sometimes it is obvious, like needing someone to hold your hand to do everything, but sometimes it is actually not. It is energetic codependency. That's what I deal with all day long, and no one that is there will admit this is their problem, but it is. It's like, I saw someone refer to this like AA, like first step of getting help is to admit you have a problem. If we can't admit we have a problem, how can we acknowledge the problem and how we heal it? Now, this is exactly what separation is here to help you with, that sometimes you're relying too heavily on your twin flames energy, either for reassurance, making you feel better, or the energy component of it. We are wired up for relationships. Okay, I am obsessed with that little monkey going around all day yesterday on my feed, okay? I was talking about it to my twin flame. I'm obsessed with this little Japanese monkey and his stuffed plushie from IKEA, okay? I've been seeing the memes all day. And, okay, this is the monkey was rejected from his mother, and they gave him a plushie, and this is, like, actually shining a light. I know, little light workers. Shining a light on connection, and we're all wired up for connection, okay? We are. We sometimes we don't like to admit that as humans. We're actually hardwired for love, relationship, and connection and attachment, okay? We have entire attachment systems for this, and so it's just how we connect. And so sometimes we don't even realize that we're doing it. And I see the people that are chasing, spinning out the most, have the most issues with it. I'm not saying that's you, but we're talking about this. Have the most issues with it. Your twin flame falls back. They got other things to do. You're really, really feeling it. It affects your vibration, your frequency. You're relying too heavily on this person. Now, what I love about twin flame is, whether people like it or not, it's meant to help you to get more whole and balanced and healed within your own energy for both people to do that work, okay? And so sometimes it isn't obvious. Yeah, it can be. Some of you guys know that. We talked about that on the other side. So it's mirroring the divine feminine, but it's relying too heavily on the feminine energy sometimes. This, not saying it's you, but this is a very toxic trait of unhealed masculine, okay? And so we all been there, right? So unhealed masculine relies too heavily on the feminine energy in different ways. Now, we're trying to be the healed masculine for this talk. You've been healing this stuff, okay? Maybe even your whole lifetime, you might know it, you might not, right? And things like that too. So just themes that are still coming up a little bit. Okay, and then maybe for your divine feminine, they might be mirroring that back to you too, if they're trying to rely too heavily on you for whatever. It could be X, Y, and Z, right? Okay, so we have distance for some. Back to my separation flames. The separation you're experiencing is necessary for the union to grow. I explain it like, if you've ended up in a separation cycle, some people have been through many, okay? I've seen some in multiple, so maybe it's just once that you haven't shifted out of, or you've shifted out of it and you're back in union. It just depends, okay? It is meant to help you to actually be a better partner and this person, so that when you do come together, or when you come back together, that you have grown from it and that you're a better match right there. Okay, so separation is help you to work on who you are as a person and your identity, especially spiritual identity, so that you can come together, both of you, as a better match. Maybe you're hopefully an amazing match to start with. Better, okay? So these cycles serve a purpose to work on yourself and to do the inner work. And I love that for twin flame, because these karmic connections that you were in, if you started to do the inner work, you would fall out of frequency and you'd break up and whatever. So they didn't encourage that. This obviously is based on doing the inner work and encourages, not just encourages, this is the only way through. Okay, so divine masculine, we have past life experience. So this is a powerful connection with this person, but you're still playing out some type of past life themes. Unfortunately, in twin flames past life Akashic, your twin flame or you did not choose this union. It led to painful separation cycles. You had many of the same themes that might be prevalent in your twin flame story right now, okay? Some of you guys have all sorts of themes, like families in the way, society in the way, distance geography in the way, whatever it is. You have all sorts of interesting themes kind of coming up. Some of these same themes that are prevalent now, modern day, right now, today, that you've been going through within this story, this is a story with you and your twin flame, are from past lifetimes, so that you can heal those wounds and that you can heal certain cycles. Okay, so there's a lot of past life undertones. Past life healing will help you with this. It's some of my favorite areas to work with too. You guys know that on my website I should have a whole past life healing section at least. Okay, continuing to work on yourself, continuing to learn, continuing to grow. Okay, and I love this because it's like, I have to go there. It's my Stonehenge card. You guys know I would love it there. I'd be there right now. Okay, the universe got me right here. Okay, this is like, your twin flame union is the portal to higher, right, your higher union and things like that. It's going to take you places. And I mean powerful ways with your manifesting and what you will do together. Once again, synchronicity coming in strong, angel numbers, reoccurring numbers, any 3, 4 numbers in a row. Pay attention to these number codes. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's also your matrix aligning, right? Okay, so work on self-love. You need to take care of yourself. Some of you guys have been very focused on your twin flame divine feminine and their needs and all about them. Maybe, you know, you might be dancing around their toxic attachment style, or, you know, people pleasing still, whatever it is. It just kind of depends. You need to really, really pour into yourself. Take care of yourself right now. Take care of your heart chakra. Make sure you're taking care of your energy. For this read, you're doing a lot for your twin flame, or, you know, they're a lot for them. Make sure you're really recharging yourself. And sometimes recharge is not sleep, if we didn't notice. Like, on the energy level, make sure you're pouring back into yourself. That's what those healings are great for on my website too. Okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles. Some of you guys are waiting for something to manifest. It's like, it is right around the corner. I love that for us, because literally winter is stripping away, releasing, clearing energy the entire time. Like, guess what? Right around the corner, spring equinox. This is where we blossom and bloom and bring things into that empty space if you're feeling it, okay? There's something that you're manifesting related. Obviously, this is a twin flame reading. It could be union for some, things going on within the union, just kind of depends. Okay, so we have Page of Wands. There's some type of block here. Maybe this has gone longer than you think. There's been delays. There's been, you know, this could have taken you down a totally different road. You thought you were going to union here and it took you a zigzag over here. You thought it was a straight shot to union and you ended up over here taking a wrong turn and back. Okay, so this is for some, okay, you're not living life. You're not living your best life. You might be really focused on this union, and it's like you're procrastinating, you're putting something back off, you're not focused on your own goals. This could have been delays or things going differently than expected. There's some type of block there. You might be feeling straight unmotivated lately. Twin flame can do that, by the way. Oh my God, especially for those in separation, like, some separation is a deep healing space, and I love people that are like, can you hurry up and heal? You guys do that to your twin flame all the time. Like, can you hurry up? Like, you're in a healing phase if you guys are in separation or not fully in union. Just honor that wherever you're at with that. Okay, because we have the King of Wands. This is like, for some, this is indicating you're just getting your energy levels back up after something. Could be this situation or this union, but it's like you're just getting clear on your goals, the plan. It could be your divine plan. You didn't really know where it was headed. You might be just getting the next level of reveal, the next level of your blueprint. I know I have an activation I just put up, so the energies this week are going to be bringing that about, where like you're just getting clarity on like the divine plan, the spiritual plan, the plan of your union, right? Things like that. It's like, okay, you're just getting some type of clarity or your confidence back from this situation. This might have zapped your energy or your confidence, but you're feeling really, really good lately. You're in that space where you're getting your energy level back up. I was telling someone, and I say this stuff all the time, divine masculine will not act when they don't feel good or in alignment. They actually come forward and move when they're in alignment. Like when they're not feeling great, they're feeling yucky energy, they withdraw. That's what you guys generally do. You pull back. When you're feeling good, when you're healed, when you're in alignment, this is when you act and when you make moves and when you show up for union. It just kind of depends. So we have these kind of themes coming up for this person. Healing, anything zapping your motivation and your confidence, divine masculine kind of going on. All right, I'm going on that note. Have a beautiful day. Check out my website, sparksofdivinelighthealing.com. I got lots of amazing sessions to help you on the twin flame journey, just depending on what you need. Go with what calls you, what you resonate with. Have a beautiful day.